Yo, what is going on, everyone? It is your boy Coozco, and I am bringing you another Destiny 2 build video. This time, we are on a Strand Titan with a Final Warning Precious Scars build. This is an exotic that is used for a lot of solar restoration builds, and the exotic perk Kintsugi final blows from weapons with a damage type matching your subclass energy create a burst of healing around you that grants allies restoration. After reviving or being revived, you gain an aura that provides overshields to you and nearby allies. We are using this solely for the fact that when we get kills with our final warning, it is going to proc this every single time because we are on a Strand subclass and final warning is a Strand weapon. There is no catalyst for this weapon right now, probably because it would be insanely strong with one. But what this weapon does is hip-firing projectiles will track marked targets, dealing increased body shot damage on impact, while aiming projectiles have greatly increased velocity and deal extra critical hit damage to marked targets. What it means by marked targets is when the exotic perk activates, holding down the trigger marks targets within range and loads multiple bullets which fire in a burst, which increases stability on trigger release. Hitting a marked target with a fully charged burst will unravel them as well. So if you aim down sights while you have someone marked, you are doing basically double precision damage with this weapon, and that is the main reason why you're going to use it. This is going to be your main gun for ad clear, for damage, for everything. Also, it is a primary, so you never run out of ammo for it. Moving on to our subclass so we can let you guys know what we are actually doing with this build. First of all, we have Rally Barricade, Catapult Lift, Frenzy Blade, and Shackle Grenade. Shackle Grenade is for our unstoppable stuns, because if you are running solo content, you are going to need unstoppable stuns, and it just helps out with a little bit of ad clear as well. Next, we have Banner of War. This is that way whenever we start off any engagement, we are getting a melee kill to activate our Banner of War, and then while we get kills after that, we can activate it up to ×4, increasing the speed of our pulses, making sure that we do not die. And also for that melee regeneration, we are running into the fray, destroying a tangle or casting your super grants Woven Mail for nearby allies. While you have Woven Mail, your melee regeneration is increased. And trust me, we have Woven Mail all the time with this build. And for our fragments, we have Thread of Generation, Thread of Ascent, Thread of Continuity, and Thread of Warding. Thread of Generation is self-explanatory. It just grants us grenade energy every time we deal damage. Thread of Ascent is honestly a fragment that I thought you didn't need, but after using this build for weeks, I noticed that if you are using a rocket launcher with permeability, just because there's not a Strand rocket launcher in this game right now, then you are going to want this just because of that quick reload, unless you want to stand right behind your Rally Barricade in order to get that quicker reload on your rocket launcher. As for Thread of Continuity, Suspend, Unravel, and Sever effect applied to targets have increased duration. Of course, we want that. And last but not least, Thread of Warding. This is just going to make sure that whenever Into the Fray is not activating our Woven Mail because we don't have a Threadling, we can just run over and overpower, and boom, we get our Woven Mail just like that. As for armor mods, you can see them all on screen right now. They are very self-explanatory. You will understand why I have every single one of these mods on. The one you mainly need to pay attention to is the gauntlets. We have heavy-handed just so that whenever we get that melee kill to start off our final warning build, we drop an Orb of Power and we get Woven Mail off of that Orb of Power. And then if you look at the fragments to the right, we will also get unraveling rounds from our fragments when we pick up that Orb of Power. So we technically don't have to fully mark targets in order to get that exotic perk to activate. You will just automatically have unraveling rounds from your Orb of Power that you are getting with heavy-handed. And then of course you want to have the most time with that triple surge, so you're going to put double time dilation on your mark. If you guys need to see a little bit more in-depth artifact, this is it right here, just mainly specking into the Radiant and Strand artifact mods that are in here. And as for my weapons, yes, I was telling you that I am running a rocket with permeability, and this is the main reason for Thread of Ascent. I like to be able to reload my rocket launcher while throwing a grenade, and it makes it to where I could just get that little bit of extra damage out. As for my secondary, I like to run something that can get you Radiant, whether that be a pulse rifle, bow, sniper rifle. I really like sniper rifles because 2 headshots get you that Radiant. So I just found this Twilight Oath and I put it on. I'm sure you have a solar sniper in your vault somewhere that you could use, or if you don't, use a bow 2 taps radiant on headshots, or even a pulse rifle. A pulse rifle is still fine. Now that the build is over and done with, I want to make sure that I go over what this build is really good at and what this build struggles with. So first off, obviously this build is incredible with teammates. If you have teammates around you, you can get your banner of war to ×4 incredibly fast, because every kill that they get and every kill that you get while they are standing in your banner of war will increase its timer all the way up to ×4 30 seconds. Not only is it good with teammates, but it is incredibly good for solo if you need to ad clear or just stay alive. And by ad clear, I mean you can literally hold down the trigger one time with your buffs and stop firing, and your threadlings and your unraveling rounds will kill everything that is in the room as long as they are minor tier ads. Now, those are the two main things that make this build very, very good. Now, what makes this build not as good as, say, a 1-2 punch Titan with Strand is boss damage. And the only reason why I say this is because most people do not have a surrounded permeability crux termination. As of right now, this is the strongest Strand rocket launcher you can have. That being because you can get surrounded on it. And the fact that you are on a Titan makes this so much better for damage, because you can put your rally barricade down and just stand directly behind it with a Strand rocket launcher, rally barricade ×4 healing you, and surrounded activated on your crux termination. But if you do not have this crux termination rule, then your damage is probably booty, and you are most likely just spamming your final warning, because that is the best damage you can do. I am telling you, final warning out damages a lot of heavies that are Strand weapons right now. But if you don't have a crux termination for boss damage, I would just pull out an Apex Predator. Even if you're not getting your Strand weapon surges, if you want to just take them off and put solar weapon surges on just for an Apex Predator swap, then go right ahead and do that. But I'm telling you, the best damage for this build is a crux termination, surrounded, permeability, and impact casings roll if you can get it. And now that I went over all of that, that is pretty much it for the build, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys enjoy the rest of this gameplay. And before we get out of here, if you guys haven't, be sure to leave a like and comment what you guys would like to see. I got plenty of builds in mind because I have been gone for so long. And as always, I hope you all appreciate everything and everyone around you. I love you all, and enjoy the gameplay.
My bestie and your bestie sit down by the fire. Jacob's pee is so nasty, makes me wanna go higher. How can you do this to me? How can you do this to me? I want to be free. I want to be free.
I want to break free. I want to break free.
Oh. My bestie and your bestie, pumping by the fire.
Why is this guy making him look directly at him? What a fucking numbnuts.
Dude, I've numb his nuts. Sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Alright, buddy.
Oh, my darling, my sweet.